Welcome to another episode of the Ray Vaughan Show. And we got SneakyQ back for another episode.
Hey y'all, I'm back. Third time's a charm, right? I mean, the first two were too, but what can you expect from greatness?
Happy Easter and happy 420.
Yes, happy Easter.
Yes.
Happy 420. Who's gonna be the most high, me or Jesus?
Well, hold up. It's going to be very hard to get higher than Jesus.
You think so? Is that a challenge?
Is that a challenge? A little bit, maybe.
Oh, I don't know how much of this you guys have heard from me because my mic was down by my leg this entire time. So I hope that it was able to project for you guys. If not, sorry that you missed half of everything that I just said.
Oh, it's crazy how 420 and Easter fell on the same day this year.
I love it.
I don't know if that's the. I don't know. I should look it up. This may be the first time that happened.
Is it? Didn't they say Jesus used to drink this stuff or something? Or
So
I don't know all of the ins and outs of it, but
I
I know
never-
it's somewhere in there.
I never heard that he actually drunk,
Oh.
but I do know he was at a wedding, and
Jesus was at a wedding.
Yes.
Okay,
And
what an honor.
They ran out of liquor. They want to call it wine, but it was liquor.
Okay,
They ran out of wine.
80 proof.
And everybody was like, "Oh, all right, well, I guess the wedding over, the party over.
I guess we gotta
And
go home.
Jesus said, I'm going to keep the party going just this one time. Turned water into wine, kept the party going, and that was the whole story.
Turn water into wine. So where did
Yes.
where did the whole marijuana thing come into place?
Because
Because I know I've heard that somewhere.
maybe you was referring to, I think it was the burning bush.
No.
I think it was John.
Honestly, I might be going
traveler.
crazy because I think it was something relating to Medea. So we're gonna move past that because I could actually be wrong.
Probably,
right?
Walk around with
Right.
Medea.
Okay, hello.
But yeah, we back. We're gonna hop right into it.
Yes.
First, before we get into everything, how you been?
I've been good. I've been really good. I'm a cheerleading coach, as you know, at the Lakeland High School. I have been given the opportunity to take over varsity after 6 years. So we're getting ready for tryouts. And I'm really excited about it. They start tomorrow. I have a special guest judge this Friday for my tryouts. I think the kids are going to be really excited. She is a professional NFL cheerleader. Yeah, I do a lot of networking. I meet a lot of people in the cheer community, and I was fortunate enough to come across this beautiful Black woman who is I'm so excited for everyone to meet her.
And what is she doing again?
She's going to be one of my judges for tryouts.
Nice,
yeah.
Nice. Is she gonna be harsh, or you don't know how she's gonna...
I typically don't. I don't like to micromanage how my judges judge.
Okay.
Because I want the honest truth, and I always tell my judges, you're a part of me selecting my team. Yeah. Because if I'm being honest with you, in the past, we typically just go with the judges' scores. Okay. Yes, we include our own, what we want and what we prefer.
Gotcha.
But the judges' scores are, they heavily influence our decisions on who goes where and who makes the team and who does not make the team. Yeah. So I trust these people that I've picked.
Okay. And it's a panel of how many?
4.
Gotcha.
4. The former head coach that I was working with for the past 6 years, the special guest NFL cheerleader, one of the young ladies that I cheered with in college, and another cheerleading coach in the Hampton Roads area who has judged for us at Lakeland quite a few times. Since the beginning, she's been judging for us, actually.
So, and you don't have to get into it because this is a universally, globally podcast.
Okay, we talk about it all.
It's watched by many, so I don't want to put you in a sticky situation.
Okay.
But how's your experience been as a gay man leading cheerleading team,
So,
especially at a school in the state and a county that's kind of conservative.
if I'm being honest, my experiences have always been, for the most part, positive. I've actually been coaching since I was in undergrad.
Yeah.
So, helping with local teams, being asked to choreograph competitions, middle school, high school, outside city teams. Um, Coaching here in Suffolk, Virginia, hasn't been too off from what I was used to. Um, Not too much pushback. If I'm being quite honest, the city loves me here.
Right,
I meet
right.
so many people, and y'all, half the time I don't even know these people, y'all, but they know me. You witnessed it.
Yes,
We were out.
yes. We were at the
We
mall.
were at the mall, and two different people approached me. Hey, Coach Q. Hey,
Right.
baby
I'm like,
girl. But it's been a positive experience. I bring a lot of good things to the kids around here. They all come to me. I don't know. It's just been a good experience. Even when I was at Lakeland as a teacher, um, just the kids, they just pour so much love into me, and I try to do the same. They need it, and sometimes I need it, so
gotcha.
I'm okay with that.
Even swap ain't no swindle.
Okay, huh? Swap ain't no swindle.
Even
And
and even
even swap
isn't
isn't
a
a
swindle.
swindle. Thank you.
I'm gonna be practicing that, especially the last episode. I've come to realize that maybe my enunciation.
Oh, you talk about
Parity.
what did you say?
Pattering.
Pattering, baby. When I tell you the way I was editing one of them videos with them captions and fighting my way through it, I was fighting my way through editing those captions, and I'm sitting here like, I know what he meant.
Yes,
He know what he meant.
yes. But the world, maybe.
But do the public know what he
Yes,
meant?
yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
No.
And if y'all don't know what he's talking about, here's the clip. No, I'm joking.
Go, and you should know what I'm talking about because you should have watched the last episode.
You should have.
I set it up on YouTube to where it's a playlist, so it keeps running into each episode.
Okay, good.
But yeah, maybe my enunciation could be a little bit better, and that's what I'm working on.
There you go.
Of course, supporting black businesses.
There we go.
I got to shout out my man Ty from A Work in Progress podcast. Dope podcast, dope person. Make sure you check him out. He has a dope co-host as well, which I believe two. He has one he started the podcast with, which is real, and I believe, hopefully, I'm not mispronouncing or misrepresenting your name, my bro. And I believe the new co-host he has in Charlotte is Kai, which is a woman.
Kai.
She's dope, and just all around great podcast, different things, different opinions. So shout out to them. Shout out to A Work in Progress podcast. Wherever you listen to your podcast, make sure you check out A Work in Progress podcast. Their social media links is A Work in Progress 757. That's AWIP 757.
Okay, you know what? I actually have a black business that I would like to shout out as well. Shout out to my girl, Whitney Wilson, here located in Suffolk. Listen, baby, she has this restaurant on East Washington Street called A Taste of Everything. If you have not tried it, I seriously need you to go get you a plate. Not only do they stack their plates full with the food, but the food is good. It has flavor. Okay, I remember I did a TikTok review of her restaurant the first time I tried it, and I'm talking over 1 million views. Y'all, check them out. Okay, the tea, phenomenal. Okay, the cakes, phenomenal. The oxtails, cabbage, rice, the mac and cheese, phenomenal. Take my word for it.
This is I'm just
Okay.
shout out to A Taste of Everything in Suffolk.
Yes.
And this is crazy because I didn't know Q was gonna do this, and I've had an experience with A Taste of Everything in Suffolk, and now is not the time to share my experience.
There you go.
But yes, shout out to them. A Taste of Everything in Suffolk, and hopefully the next time I go, it would be a better experience.
You know what? That's the mindset to have. That is the right mindset to have, and I like that, Ray. Very mature of you.
I'm trying to be responsible with my voice, and
but do you hear what you're saying here? I'm trying to be responsible with my voice. This is a black king. You hear me? This is a man who knows how to read the room and understand the situation.
Yes.
Right? Right?
Yes.
Thank you. We love that, Ray.
And this is so natural. Like when I say we didn't talk about this
at all,
this is our natural reaction. And yes. Shout out to her.
Yes.
I've heard some great things as well.
Absolutely.
And I can't wait to experience it again.
There we go. Moving on.
I want to shout out again Freshtopia, the vinyl shop in MacArthur Mall. It's a black-owned vinyl shop. I believe a black woman owned it as well. I was talking to her.
Oh yeah, I remember her there too. She had a lot of hands on.
Yes.
There.
So shout out to Freshtopia in MacArthur Mall. I believe that's Norfolk, Virginia. And check them out for all your vinyl needs. They had some dope abstract art of like Biggie, Nas. So it was very dope.
Yeah, if you're into vinyls, yes, definitely check them out. They have it. They have the vintage. They have the new. They had Ariana's Deluxe there. So I thought I was going to swing back around for it.
And they have everything like Copacabana music, like the white Italian opera singers, and they have rap.
Very versatile.
Yes. I saw some Commodores, some Temptation stuff in there. So very versatile. Shout out to Freshtopia in Norfolk, Virginia, located inside of MacArthur Mall on the first floor. My first topic. We got to do something with our good brother Kodak.
That's your brother.
It just seems, and you can tell he's fighting a lot. And if you really either listen to his music or followed him through his journey of when he first, got on mainstream, he went through a lot before he took off. Like his friends dying in front of him, allegedly, him sliding and doing things. His home life wasn't perfect. It seemed like he leaned on, like a lot of young men. I hate that term YNs, but like a lot of young men, he leaned on pills and lean and shit. And now
that lean will do it.
You're a multimillionaire, and you haven't got out of that addiction. And it's like you have all the money. Yes, because you have all the money in the world, and you have access to do it how much you want to do it now. And nobody's really saying anything because it's like you put out great music. So it's like as long as you keep putting out great music and keep making money for these people, they still gonna let you do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And then when you die, they're gonna sell a piece of your catalog anyway for more than it's worth, and more than likely you didn't set up your contract to where that goes back to your family.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sad. We're not here to bash him. Just pray for him, and hopefully he gets better.
I hope so, because just based on like the videos that I see across the internet of him, it's sad to see that.
Yeah.
And that's even what I was talking about with Justin Bieber. Like it's sad to see people going through that. I mean, it's hard to see it in your own personal life with people that you may know. And it's still hard to see it with celebrities that you love or like or just enjoy or whatever, because at the end of the day we're all human, and just to see somebody's mind and body just deteriorating and
right in front of you,
that is scary.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Like you said, prayers to him. I hope something positive changes in his life for him to be able to move past whatever trauma he has.
And I think he got some kids.
I'm sure he does.
Like he got.
He does have a kid because I saw a video of his son. Wow, the son, he spit that little boy out. And when I say spit that little boy out, I mean Kodak's face on a child. It was so crazy to me how much he looks like his father, but yeah, he definitely has kids. So, we want him to be here for them, and they need him. So get well soon, Kodak.
I was also, and I'm gonna say my opinion, but I'm gonna tread lightly because I don't want what I'm trying to say to be misconstrued as something else.
Okay.
I saw Jocelyn with her family.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that little girl was. I don't know if that was her husband's
her daughter. That's Bonnie. That's her and Stevie J's daughter.
I didn't know her and Stevie J had a kid.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's
Bonnie. I think Bonnie Bella or something like that. Yeah, that's her and Stevie J's daughter. But of course, she has a stepfather.
Chaos or whatever.
I don't know. I don't remember his name.
Whatever his name is.
But yeah, she has a stepfather. Seems like a very happy little girl.
Yes.
Well mannered.
Yes. And
I love that.
Is what we see from the whole Jocelyn Hernandez.
I know you're not about to ask us if what we see is fake.
Not fake, but people can turn it up to 100 when that's not really their daily.
I don't know. I think Jocelyn is crazy. I love my girl to death, though. I fully believe everything she does is everything that she does. I just feel like when it comes to that daughter of hers, she's going to make sure her daughter knows that she is just the best mommy ever. Okay. Like, I get it.
Okay, yeah.
But what we see, I don't think Bonnie sees.
Okay.
The Jocelyn that we get, I really don't think she shows her daughter that. I don't know if she does or not. I don't know. Okay. But I don't think I don't think she does. I don't know. But that girl, every time I see a video or something of that little girl, she just seems so genuinely happy to be with and around her mother. Okay. I love it.
And that's what I wanted your opinion on. It was a little weird because that was the most calm and mellow Jocelyn I ever seen.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, are you talking about the video when they were in the restaurant?
Yes.
And she was like, "Bonnie, you got your own lobster."
Yeah.
Like you like lobster? Yes, I love it.
Very wholesome.
It was. It made me smile.
Coming from Jocelyn, because nothing that I see online, I ain't gonna say online, but nothing that she portrays herself really gives hope. I'm gonna be honest.
Domelo. Domelo. You know what Domelo is?
No.
It's one of her songs.
The only song I ever came across by her.
Finger fuck a check.
Not even that.
Vegas. Welcome to Vegas, baby.
No.
Do it like a show beat day.
No.
Doom cha cha. Doom cha cha. Doom cha cha.
Now that shit, okay, that's a little bit.
Piccolo contitana samicantana simanani. Show them move a little bit with that. Yes. You know what? This drink is so good. Shout out to Kroger, Big K. Grapefruit Sister Soda. Try it.
And same thing with the red cream soda. I don't know if I should be upset with myself because this is why I don't wear white shirts. Because as soon as I open the motherfucker in my first sip,
but you can't see it,
and it's going away. So hopefully, thank you.
But I didn't even tell. I couldn't even tell until you just said that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Because I don't know if you can tell by now, but I have a type A personality. So
I hear people say that. What is that?
Is you like to present a certain image to just the world. Like you like to be put together. You like to be very organized, very how can I say, not perfect, but is very polished, very put together, very I'm good.
Okay. I would definitely keep the word perfect in there because I would think that's probably what the goal is to look perfect, right? Yeah. Now, I feel like if that's the case, I'm more type B. Some of the stuff from type A, but I'm not always the best organized person, okay? You know, it takes me a minute to get things in order the way that I really need them to. And yes, I will look put together, but, you know, the bag could be in shambles. I mean, and that's okay. Yeah, of course. And when I say the bag, I don't mean money. I just want everybody to know that. I mean like a physical bag with things that I'm carrying in it. It could be everywhere. Who knows what it is, you know? But
and moving from
Miss Hernandez,
one crazy person to another. Why? This is my thing. Why do people pick and choose when they want to? I feel like mockery of people with mental disabilities, and then when you do it, like when Dave Chappelle does it, or
Dave Chappelle's a comedian.
Yes, but still, when he had a few jokes about the LGBTQ community and the disabled community, people went fucking crazy. Even though I believe that he's a comedian and he has the right to say what he wants to say. To me, I wouldn't take offense with just any comedians. Either the joke is funny or it's not funny. That's just me.
Yeah.
And like when Donald Trump made a joke about the reporter, I believe was in a wheelchair, had a mental disability. Everybody got on him. Okay, we don't like Donald Trump. Okay. But that lady, I believe her name is Onaj.
Oh, respect the law, respect the Allah.
Yes, something with the.
I don't know what it is. I just.
She don't
be doing this.
It is, yo.
In that damn hijab.
What the fuck it is, yo. And why do when she come out? Why do her face look so powdery? And I meant to say powdery, not powdery.
It doesn't look. It doesn't look powdery anymore. Listen, I don't know who her team is. I guess she has a team now because Sis went from all of that, you know, which we were introduced to her in, to now. Like, I think she has like sponsorships or something now. I
believe
she's out here promoting brands, like big brands, and all of these things.
And I feel like,
and she looks good. She looks good to me. I don't like the 90s thin drawn on eyebrow, but I mean the clothes and everything. She looks good. She looks great. I don't know her. I don't know much about her. I'm not a fan of her, but I'm just saying.
This is your second time, Q, and we only probably been in here maybe about 20, 30 minutes. And this is your second time you trying to walk me into disrespecting the black woman. And I don't like that.
But I didn't put no battery in your back. Twist.
She's cute to somebody. Yes. Yes.
Aren't we all?
Yes.
Aren't we all?
You know, if people watch out here and they say, "Oh, he's ugly," and there's a lot of other people that say, "Damn, I want him." So, just either one of us. It's just people. It's just people.
If you say I'm ugly, you're a bot.
White supremacists, and that's the only thing I can categorize them as. They keep saying Michelle Obama is a man. When I look at that woman, I don't see nothing manly
at all.
Like,
are you talking about because her arms are toned? Like women's arms aren't toned?
That's what it was.
Because that's weird. But also go off.
Like, have you seen Serena Williams when she's doing a tennis match? Yeah. And you like, damn, that's a brolic woman. Yeah. But when she stepped on the red carpet, she like, damn, I didn't know that ass was that fat.
Okay. Same thing with Tiana Taylor. Structured.
I was about to say Tiana Taylor.
Bodied.
Clarissa Shields.
Okay. Structured.
Now, when Clarissa Shields fight, and she put in her hair in them cornrows, you be like, ugh, what up, bro? But then, when she get out of that ring,
well, the photo shoots that she has been doing lately has been on point.
Yeah, that's what I said. Totally when she get out of the ring and put some on, you like, can I buy you a drink? You know, it ain't what's up, bro.
Can I buy you a drink?
But I just feel like people pick and choose because her son came out and said that she had mental health problems. And then she was interviewed, and the interviewer asked, you know, well, your son came out and said that you have mental health problems. Do you have mental health problems? Let me tell you the exact words that came out this woman's mouth.
What she said?
Not me paraphrasing, not me adding my own words. She exactly said, no, not right now. The only thing I have right now is asthma. What?
For real?
Yes.
I skipped all of that.
Yes.
Excuse me?
Yes. She said, not right now. The only thing I have is asthma.
Asthma's crazy. Asthma is crazy.
Is that not a clear sign of, yes, maybe this person has had mental health problems?
You know what?
And why do we? Because it seems
I don't
like
know.
People are like her. And I'm not saying this for everybody, but it just seems weird to me because it seems like they like her because they making fun of her more than she's actually doing something funny.
Yeah.
Like somebody can laugh at you because they're laughing at you.
Yeah.
Or not laughing with you, if that makes sense.
I mean, I totally get it because they do that with a lot of people. Miss Netta, Charles.
Definitely Miss Netta and
Shamar.
Charles. Yes.
Roland Ray.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Those are all perfect examples.
Yeah.
Do I think, what's her name? Onaja?
Onaja Robson.
Respect Allah. Do I think that she has some sort of mental issue? You know, possibly. However, I just don't know. I just don't know. But that is a crazy response to a question like that.
That's all I'm saying.
No, not right now. I just have asthma.
In my brain, that would be like, okay, you just proved my point.
And I would have said it too as the interviewer. Girl, you just proved my point. All right, next question.
Come on, let's move on.
We're gonna move on, baby. Because we're not gonna focus on you in this situation too much.
I think the last one for me was, did you hear about the family member let me calm down and say it because I'm very excited.
It's the let me calm down.
Because I'm very excited about this and I'm a little overstimulated.
Okay.
So Larry Hill was visiting a funeral of his friend or family member in Richmond.
Okay.
And for some reason, he got into an argument with somebody at the funeral, like at the gravesite.
Okay.
That person shot and killed him.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's dead now. Rest in peace, Larry Hill. But yes, he's dead now. And this was April the 16th. This ain't like old news. This just happened in Richmond.
They shot him at the funeral?
Yes. When I read the article, because I believe Channel 12...
You're going to hell.
When I read the article said, and when the confusion died down, the service continued. I was like, hold on.
And when the confusion died down, excuse me.
Somebody died.
The confusion is the death?
Yeah, and that's why I was like, well, somebody died. How do you continue?
I would have had to leave that funeral, child.
Yeah.
I would have had to get up out of there.
Yeah, I'm gone. And that's why I don't...
It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
And this is why, people, you have to learn how to control your emotions. Whether you have a firearm or you don't. The problem in society today is people just want to fly off the handle, not knowing that other person could be crazy, could be having the worst day of their life, and at this present moment, they blank out and say, fuck it. And I don't know why your first reaction was to pull a gun and shoot somebody.
Therapy, people. Talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Check on your people.
Yeah.
Okay? That is a mental illness.
Yes.
Because, excuse me?
Did you... since we on
that is disgusting.
I know I didn't send it to you, but just as I feel like we should speak on it since we speaking about this, what happened in Richmond, the FSU shooting. That was...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was... Sorry to the people that lost their lives and got hurt.
2 teachers that actually died, right?
Yes, I believe so. And this story's still coming out. They're still trying to really piece together what really happened. I've heard that it was multiple gunmen.
Yeah.
So this was a coordinated attack. and it seemed like, I don't know if you heard of Parkland shooting,
I have.
and one girl, she was at Parkland when that mass shooting happened, and she was at Florida State when this mass shooting happened. So she was like,
she's not gonna be okay.
No, no. I don't even know how do you even.
Oh, excuse me.
When you've been through 2 mass shootings, I don't know how you continue interacting with the public. I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's sad that whether it's a church, whether it's a Walmart, whether it's a supermarket, a laundromat, a school, a elementary school, it's like nowhere is safe with these crazily mentally unstable people. And I'm sorry if people want to take offense to what I'm saying. 9.5 times out of 10 is not somebody that looks like me. It's not. And you would think that these people want to make us the stereotype for all of crime in this country, and everything that's bad with this country is the blacks and the Latinos. It's not. I mean, if a black person get fired, I think it was Bernie Mac or Steve Harvey that said the joke. We'll say we'll blow this shit up, but we'll go home, maybe cry to our mama. If you smoke or you drink, you'll maybe do that, but you ain't gonna really do that shit.
No.
A Caucasian person would say that, and then y'all laughed off and come back the next day.
And they're actually doing it.
Yes.
Because all you got to do is tell me, don't come to 5th period. I promise you, I'm not showing up.
Oh, no, I'm not.
But also, you know what? Talking about mental health. That's why people need to get their kids someone to talk to. Why are you just walking around letting your child be sad and depressed every day?
And he was the son of a Florida sheriff's deputy.
You know, it's stuff like that is just so sad, man.
And how can you? And as a parent, I think that would be the one thing that scares me, because it's like some kids won't tell you what's wrong. And even though you may know what's wrong, or you may know something is not right, and Billy or Mark is not his normal bubbly self.
Yeah.
You keep pressing the issue. A lot of kids and a lot of people, as much as you press, as much as they gonna keep getting closed off.
Yep.
So it's like, I would say just secure weapons and all these other things as best as you can. Try to talk to them more and try to get help when signs to say you need help.
Yeah.
That 6-year-old or however that baby was in Newport News that took that gun to school and shot his teacher in the face, you need help.
Yeah.
That is not something that, I mean, some things can't be washed away with time. I'm sorry.
Absolutely not.
Whether you're a kid or not.
Absolutely not.
And if you're a kid, this is the first time you're going to learn a valuable lesson. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but it is what it is.
I mean, once the actions are made, nothing can be done about it.
I agree.
So everything that happens after, that's on whoever you had in your corner that's still alive, parents included.
But can you hold the parents accountable?
Yes, absolutely.
And the reason why I say that is because I can only speak from my experience. My mother tried the best she can, or she tried the best she could with all of her kids. And none of us is really out here doing crazy shit. But like, let's just say the school shit. Me, I was uberly, abundantly, greatly, whatever adjective you want to categorize me being a fucking badass kid. I was that.
I was bad too.
And when I say bad, Marquise, I remember I didn't want to go to school. I mean, my teacher wouldn't let me go out for recess. So, matter of fact, I'm gonna bring up these 2 occasions. The first one, my teacher wouldn't let me out of recess. He wouldn't let me out of recess. So This was right when the VTech shooting happened.
Mm-hmm.
I was in elementary school. I was in Lakeview Elementary School, and my teacher was called Matthew Rutke. And I said, shit, I should just VTech this motherfucker. And that's when VTech it was fresh. It was like fresh. And when I say I was immediately pulled into the guidance counselor office, it was a whole lot of it was a whole, but that was just
I know that teacher said
yeah, and he was a Caucasian man too. He did that. Come with me.
Come with me. Real quick,
and
actually,
if you from Portsmouth or went to Lakeview Elementary School when I went, Miss Mason was one of our guidance counselors. I think she was the head guidance counselor, and she was like, "Why would you even say that?" Because now we have to do X, Y, and Z, and we have to start this process on if you think, because a kid went into school and actually killed kids.
Yeah.
So, and my mother heavy in the church. My mother go to work every day. My mother ain't out here doing crazy shit, but I did that. Then maybe about 2-3 years later, a teacher, I believe in 4th grade, she wouldn't let me out for recess. So I started running around the classroom. She started to chase me. She grabbed my shirt, and I thought I was fucking Deion Sanders or Barry Sanders or Dez Bryant or some shit. So I said, "Bah, bah." I shook her. And when I shook her, we all know Caucasian people is not the most coordinated people in the world.
Equilibrium a little off.
Yes. So she fell. And when she fell, she tried to brace herself with her hand, and she broke her wrist. Do you know? I was sent to S.H. Clark for that, an alternative school in Portsmouth. That experience, I'm gonna be honest, that's the closest I ever been to jail. When I say the closest I ever been to jail, is that it was motherfuckers, when we go to lunch or whatever, you gonna walk on one side of the hallway, you gonna keep we couldn't maybe this much space between our shoulder and the wall had to be. Real shit. We had to wear uniforms. We was broken up into like classes of like maybe 8 or 10 kids. And when I realized it, I'm like, these niggas is on some other shit in here.
Mm-hmm. These the real bad kids.
Yeah, I was like, I got in here.
Them alternative schools are for
real
specific types of children.
Come on.
Okay. Never been sent to one.
And fast forward, maybe that next year they allowed me to go back into Portsmouth Public Schools. And I did something in school. And my mother beat me.
Lord, y'all, he ain't learned this lesson.
When I say beat me, for a month straight, before I went to school and when I came home, for a month straight.
Just was whooping your ass.
Before I went
Here's your morning ass whooping, son.
Yes. And when
here's your after school ass whooping, son. Wake up next day. Ready for your morning ass whooping, son? Like, that is crazy.
No. I still went to school and like fucking what's his name? Black Youngster said, I showed my whole ass. Still. Maybe it's the Leo in me, but I have a very fucking hard head to where I'm not gonna change unless I want to change.
Hard heads make soft asses. And to be truthful with you, as much as your mama was tearing your ass up, your shit was probably rock hard too. So it didn't get through. No. That's why your ass was still bad.
That's why, because it was.
That's exactly why your ass was still bad.
You can beat me, and I'm not gonna lie and say it didn't hurt. Yeah, it hurt. But that next morning, I went to the school and did the same thing that I just got beaten for. So yeah, and this all
a repeat
goes
offender.
Back, oh shit! This all goes back to sometimes it's not the parents. Sometimes it's just the kid is fucked up.
I do agree with that to an extent, for sure. Like, I wasn't like you just at school being diabolical. My issues were more so home issues. I had what we like to call sticky fingers. Oh. So I was very prone to picking things up that did not belong to me and keeping them, regardless of whose it was. I did not care if I saw it and I wanted it and I liked it. I was taking it. Now, granted, I am not that person anymore. I was a child.
Okay. Let me put my phone back on.
Is that why you moved your phone?
Sorry,
oh, this is trauma.
I'm sorry.
So,
I'm serious.
I used to steal my mom's rent money. I used to steal out of the piggy banks that she had hidden around the house, going to the store in the morning before to catch the bus to get snacks. Y'all, I remember one time. Oh, listen to this story. So, my little brother and sister's father had left his checkbook in his car in the back seat. I saw it on the floor. The next day was the school book fair, and you know the book fair is a big deal, right?
The Scholastic.
Yes, sir. God, and yes. I wanted that magic kit bad, real bad. So what does young Marquise do, guys? Okay, he takes the checkbook. I'm in third grade. JK, I'm in second grade, not third. I was in second grade. I'm taking this checkbook and I'm writing my friends' checks because I had perfected my little brother and sister's dad's signature at that age. I perfected it, y'all. Him and my mother's. Wow. And I was writing checks to my friends for the book fair. Well, yes, I was. I knew how to. Yeah, I really knew how to make some shit shake when I wanted it to back then. Now I did get caught. My then at the time girlfriend, Jill Ruffin, I'm going to shout her out anyway, took the checkbook home with her. Her mom saw it. I think she had like called the school or something to let them know, brought the checkbook back to the school. They had a meeting with my mom, me, and my brother and sister's dad at the time. And let me just say, sorry, Mom. I could not go to school for like a week and a half after that day. Okay?
Why couldn't you go to school? You couldn't sit down, or
somebody, an adult's going to get locked up if I went back to that school. Let me tell you.
Why?
I got beat the fuck up for that.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit.
And when I say beat the fuck up, y'all, I don't mean like beat the fuck up. I was a child, okay? I was only in second grade. But you know what I mean in the black household, right? Like, I
got more disciplined than a second grader should have.
I went down. Okay, I went down, and I was a what's it called? What's the liar when you start believing your own lies? A habitual liar.
Yes.
I was a really bad habitual liar. So my mom used to take the Irish Spring soap bar, and she'd say, "This is gonna sound real Carrie momish. I'm gonna wash your lies off your tongue." So she'd hold my head over the sink, run some water on the soap bar, and proceed to wash the lies on my tongue. And she would ask me questions while she's doing it. And I better tell the truth. But what am I doing while she's asking me this? Y'all, I'm lying still.
I was about to say.
I'm still lying as she's asking me these questions. So, I get
How
being...
much money did you spend on a book fair? That's what I want to know before we get to...
Well, I don't think they took any of the checks that the kids gave them. That was another reason that I got caught also, because the people in the book fair were like, a lot of kids are coming up with this check with this one person signing it. What is going on? So that was also another flag or whatever. So like I didn't even get a chance to get anything out of there because I lost the damn thing. And I was trying to find it. Whole time Jewel Ruffin took it.
Damn, so your girlfriend at
the time stole it
from you.
Stole it.
So y'all was just two thieves in a pod.
Stole it right from me. But listen, I say that to say I understand it's not always the parents' fault. My mama always made sure we had anything we needed. You know what I'm saying? And outside of my mom, we have a huge family. So my family steps up also. My grandparents more so. The last incident, before we move on from this topic, I was in third grade, and at this point, it's 4 siblings in the house.
Okay.
The youngest is a baby girl. She's in a walker. You know, little walkers you can roll around with the wheels, right?
Okay, about 1, 2.
It's the night before school. I'm like, the school year. It was literally the day before school ended. Actually,
Oh,
it was the day before the last day of school. And I'm in the living room. My mom's in the shower. I'm like, I'm gonna splurge tomorrow because I think it was like a field. We had like a field day or something, or something was going on. I don't remember. So I was like, I'm gonna need some money, but mommy's not gonna give me the money. I'll just take it. It is what it is. I don't care.
You were scheming at this point.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
So you immediately came up with, I'll just take it.
Yeah, I'll just take it. So I go in her purse. I open up her wallet. I see $100 bill. I'm like, okay, cool. This is perfect.
Oh my God.
Take the $100 bill. I turn around to walk toward my room, but as I'm walking toward my room, I hear my mom getting out of the shower. Completely start panicking. Ask me what I did with that $100 bill.
Please don't tell me you done ripped it up or either threw it away.
Ask me. Say, what did you do with that?
What did you do with that $100 bill?
My little baby toddler sister who can't talk or walk rolls in the living room, and I immediately start shredding up this $100 bill with my hands, throwing it over the baby's walker, putting some of the money in her hand, like the ripped up shreds of money in her hand, some on the floor. My mom comes in the room. She goes, she looks at me. She goes, Marquise, is that money? And she sees one of the printed parts of the $100 bill, and it says the 100 on it. She says, why is this money ripped up? I'm like, oh, I came in the living room and Alyssa, shout out to my little sister Alyssa, sorry girl. And Alyssa had the money and she like was ripping it up and I was trying to grab it out of her hands, but it was just ripping. Now, mind you, at this point, I have been stealing from my mom for maybe like 3 years. 2 years. I don't know when I started stealing. It was either second or first grade, but either way, I was in third grade at this point. Now, mind you, and I don't mind putting my business out there because it's the past and it's a lesson learned. I failed third grade that year. I had to repeat third grade that year. So this is my first year in third grade, right? So I'm in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna, oh no. I was already, okay, so this is my second year in third grade. I had already switched schools. My mom had to put me in a new school. My mom had to put me in a new school. And she's just like, get out. We live in an apartment, mind you. She's like, get out. I'm like, what? She's like, get out of my house. She opens up the door. Get out. Like, get out of my house. Mom kicked me out into the hallway. Long story short, that next day when school ended, I'm getting calls to the principal's office. Hey, Marquise, your ride's here, your pickup's here. It's my grandma. I'm excited. I'm like, ooh, finna get McDonald's. Like, finna have a good time, right? No.
School, someone about to begin.
We walk outside. Mind you, my grandma's not saying anything to me after she picks me up. We're walking outside. I'm excited because I'm thinking I'm about to get my grandma to give me McDonald's. And when I look into her car, I see all of these boxes. I'm like, what is this? She's like, your stuff. You moving in with me. Huh? What do you mean? Mind you, I live in Newport News. She's like, yeah, you're going to live with me now. What do you mean I'm going to live with you now? I was so confused.
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
I was so confused.
This is my thing, Marquise.
Why did I have to leave?
Why did you rip it up?
Instead of putting it back in the wallet, right?
I mean,
you know what? I question that all the time whenever I think about it.
Even if you would have kept it and she would have pressed the issue, you would have gave it back. Bam. Okay.
I wouldn't have given it back. If she didn't physically see it, I wouldn't have given it back.
That's what I said. If she would have pressed you,
oh yeah,
you had the ability to give it back.
Yeah.
But now, and then you don't put the body on a 2-year-old that she know where was the purse?
Right on the couch where I was standing at. Like she just had to grab it. But that was also a shocker to me because my mom did not leave her purse around me.
So basically you're saying it was her fault that she left the purse around.
Well, you knew I was a thief. Hell. How much money had I stole from you up until that point? Shit. Girl, what was you thinking? You should have known, like, you're the adult. I would never leave my wallet or bag around my child, niece, nephew, whoever, if I know that they are stealing money from me actively at that moment. Like, that wasn't new. This wasn't a new thing. I've been doing this. I've been doing this. You know what? And low key, it could have been a setup. But nevertheless, I moved in with my grandma, and literally lived with my grandma from like 4th grade to like 8th grade, and then I finally moved back in with my mom in ninth grade.
At that time, were you still stealing, or?
Let me just say that my grandma broke that habit really quickly. Yeah, my grandma wasn't the belt type; she was the fist type. So I'm talking literally kicking down my door with her foot if I played in her face.
Jesus.
Now, mind you, you can meet my grandma right now, and you would think I'm a liar. You would think I'm the biggest liar in the world.
All have black trauma stories like this.
But my God, okay, it's sick. But I am what is it? Reformed?
Yes.
I am a reformed kleptomaniac.
Since we on this, my thing, I don't know, for some reason, it wasn't really stealing. I was a fucking, I think it's called a pyrotechnist. I just love playing with fire. So it would be a couch like this in my living room.
Yeah, you was on a different level, buddy.
My mother used to smoke back then, so she used to have like matches around the house.
I love matches.
And she used to like them big ass fucking 2-3 wick $100, not $100, but $20-$25 candles from Bath and Body Works.
Oh yeah,
she's had them all over the fucking house. So I would just play with the matches, like strike a match. And that came out so naturally.
It was so natural.
When it was coming out, I just
strike a match.
Saw a hillbilly. Like,
a match. Is this thing live?
Apologies for the technical difficulties. But the motherfucking AC turned off in this motherfucker. It got hot.
Listen, y'all missed it, but I had to get up. Okay, I had to get up and figure out what was going on. I don't do hot. If I am not in a cool down situation, I have to go. Okay? Thank you.
So this part of the show is going to be maybe a little bit sped up because we're in a storefront and the sun is basically beaming on us to a certain degree. And it's going to get very hot. So we're going to wrap it up, and hopefully by next week we're able to get that person is able to get the AC.
Yeah, for sure. So all right, so we're going to go into Q's Clues. You know how y'all know it's okay. Q's Clues. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about, y'all, is Lil Wayne. And I love to say this. Let me hold your hand when I say this, baby. We don't care if you don't want to perform at the Super Bowl anymore or ever. Just me personally. Because I don't want to hear this doing the Super Bowl. And I don't want to hear this Super Bowl. I don't want that. Sorry. It's not very entertaining.
She was a lady cow.
Like, I get it. You're upset. But again,
what's for you was for you.
And what's not is not. And that's just not. So Lil Wayne revealed he didn't watch Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime performance, and says that he'll no longer consider performing during the Super Bowl. He said, and I quote, "They stole that feeling. I don't want to do it. Well, neither do we, so."
Who are you? First of all, you won't be considered. Okay. This is the thing. Yes. Could have meant well. And I try to look at things from a perspective type of thing.
Okay. From a certain perspective, right.
Yes.
Okay.
And yes, being a devil's advocate, it being in New Orleans, of course, the greatest rapper to come out of there is Lil Wayne. It being the Super Bowl, okay, I get that. And I kind of get why he would probably want it to be him.
I can understand why he would have wanted it to be him.
And the next 2 years. The next 2 years Super Bowls. The one that's in 2026. Yes, the one that's in 2026. Because they just had one February 2025. The one that's in 2026 and 2027. Do you know where they're both at?
Where?
Southern California. So I can kind of get why he said, okay, I could have got the New Orleans one, and Kendrick could have got either both of the ones that's in Southern California. I can kind of get that, but nobody had a year like Kendrick had. And and for you to be so entitled,
that's what I don't like. It's okay, I get it. You from New Orleans, that's what you wanted. Okay, well, that's not what was given to you. No. What do you want us to do? Hold your hand, give you a bro. Honestly, I've never been big on Wayne anyway. That's just me. But also, I don't listen to a lot of hard rap or just whatever the case is. I do know quite a few of his songs. Of course, I do. But you know,
Mr. Officer, Mrs. Officer.
I don't think that I would have been entertained watching Lil Wayne perform at the Super Bowl. So
you wouldn't have.
You know what? Maybe.
And if you say
maybe another time around, I guess.
Whoever's watching this video that disagrees with us,
and it's quite a few. Trust me, I was reading the comments and I was just like,
go
what?
Look up his most recent performances. The one he did at Weezy Fest, the one he did at a WWE event. I think that was either SummerSlam or some type of main event.
Mm-hmm.
He came out. And this shit won't yo. He's not a performer.
Mm-mm.
Not to be put on the world's largest stage, which you can say the Super Bowl is. You cannot, no. It would have been boring.
It would have been boring. Yes, you have a fan base and you have a great fan base.
Yes.
Be happy and be excited that you still have people who also wanted you to do that. You just didn't get it. Mm-hmm. So, sorry that you are upset and in a tizzy, Wayne. It is what it is. I'm quite sure you're being booked for other gigs that, people are going to appreciate you at. It's just that wasn't going to be one of them. Okay, buddy? Okay.
Let me tell you one thing I don't like about Lil Wayne.
What?
He act like he don't fucking know anything.
Yeah.
He act like he such in a bubble and he don't know what's going on. Man, he said the shit about... He said in that same interview, he said he didn't know that Jay-Z and Kanye West put out a joint album called Watch the Throne, which is a complete lie that can be proven because Jay-Z had a line on Watch the Throne on one of his songs. I think he was like, and you got baby, you ain't even got my lady money. You got baby money. Then Lil Wayne responded to that and said, baby money, I get that kidnap your lady money. Da 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 da. Talking about he was gonna kidnap Beyonce. So it's like, so wild. Which is wild. And then Jay responded, basically saying, "I'll kill you and your whole family. What you think we wearing black for?" So it got to a point to where subliminals was being had, and they came out and said, "Yeah, that's who I was referring to. Yeah, that's who I was."
Right.
So, but then now in 2025, you said you didn't know they had a joint album.
The lies.
And his friends, not his friends, his fans put a battery in his back. He's the greatest rapper ever. He just be smoking in the studio. He don't know what's going on. A fucking lie.
Mm-hmm.
It is 2025, and if you have one of these fucking things, whether you may not know 100%ly what's going on, but you know what's going on. Yeah. And the people around you, when it's something big, they're going to tell you, like, yo, you know exactly they tripping on. Come on, man. That's the one thing I don't like about him. Because he acting like he fucking dumb. And he's not.
A few things I don't like, but we don't have enough time to go over that, unfortunately. Sinners. No spoilers here. I saw it Friday.
Haven't seen it yet.
Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan. Isn't that his name? Ryan Coogler?
Yes. I thought you said Brian.
Ryan.
He was kind of like
it sounded like you was crazy. Sounded like you was crazy.
Oh shit.
I don't know. And Michael B. It was just the word that you used in that last episode. When I watch that back, I will always I go back to that video just to look at that part and the whole Like that entire, it just threw me. I was so weak because I genuinely did not know what you were talking about at first. But yeah, the movie is so good. I see why it got the ratings that it did. Great job in the movie, guys. The cast is phenomenal. The young man, and I wish I would have gotten his name, but this is his first role, I believe. The main character that plays the younger cousin of Michael B. Jordan's character. First movie, and
the one that kind of played like the guitar, the banjo.
Yeah, I forgot what they call him, Preacher Boy or something like that, Preacher, something like that. But my God, his singing voice, I got chills right now thinking about the scene when he was singing, y'all. I did. His voice really, it's so good. Like I said, the entire cast was just amazing. You guys are going to really dig deep into this movie, and I'm telling you, don't go in there thinking it's just this. It's like Blade or like
a typical
Vampire in Brooklyn or something like that. It's not that. It is not that. Before. I've never seen anything like that before. The feels that I got from that movie truly were amazing, and I'm currently in the middle of dissecting it, and trying to take in how I feel about certain parts and what I thought it meant. You know, yeah, man. When you go see it, we got to talk about that.
I was about to say, and hopefully, I'm gonna press the issue. Hopefully, the next time we record, we'll set aside a big portion, and by that time, I've already went and seen it, and we can do an official review.
I would love that, absolutely, because I'll probably go see it again myself.
Oh, wow. That good?
No, it's good. Yeah, I liked it. I really did enjoy it. Shoot, let me know when y'all go. I'll go with y'all. It's not a problem at all. But yeah, Sinners, go see it if you haven't seen it. You're gonna love it. It's for everybody. Yeah, A1. Perfect movie. Okay, so I've been seeing this trending on social media a lot. The music Mount Rushmore and like who you would have picked. Okay, so for you, what genre of music do you lean more towards? Rap. Okay, cool. Who would be your rap Mount Rushmore? Who would be your 4?
Jay-Z, Jadakiss, Styles P, Nicki Minaj.
I said 4.
And I gotta be an honorable mention.
There's no honorable mentions with this
Okay, so that's my 4.
Mount Rushmore.
Jay-Z, Jadakiss, Styles P, and Nicki Minaj.
Okay. Rap. Okay, so this is a no judgment zone. Everybody can feel however they want to feel. My Mount Rushmore of rap, because also you have to remember I'm a pop girly. Okay. So the rap that I listen to, I don't well, it's not even that so much. It's just I don't know about all the rappers and the history and the time frames and timelines. So I can only go off of what I listen to and what I like. Again, this is my rap Mount Rushmore. Okay. Nicki Minaj.
Yep.
Kanye West. I take that back.
Yes, please.
Actually, because I did listen to him a lot. That's the only reason I said that. Because I'm trying to think about people that, okay, so Nicki. All right, my Mount. Okay, so no shade. It's just about to be all women, all right? And some of them are recent. Sorry for you, but these are my 4 top picks. Yes, 4 women rappers who I absolutely enjoy. Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, Doechii, and Doja Cat. I love them people. I love them. Now, if I had to do my pop R&B Mount.
Heard of Tierra Whack?
I've heard of her, but I don't know much of her music. Again.
You ever heard of Rhapsody?
Again. When I go into my music app, because I don't have Tidal.
Okay.
when I go into my music app, I can only tell you what I see and what I like and what I listen to. Okay. And for me, it would be those 4 girls. And then my other Mount Rushmore would be
Megan, Doechii,
and Doja. Yes. Okay. And then my other one would probably be Beyonce, Rihanna.
Pop. We talking about pop?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, but Beyonce's not pop though.
I mean, pop is just short for popular music, so.
Okay, I guess. Okay, so Beyonce, Rihanna, Ariana Grande, of course, and Whitney Houston. I know that does not make sense. I know that does not make sense.
It does.
But yes.
I'm surprised about a Whitney Houston thing though. But I was
I
would say yes.
I love
would
Nippy.
say yes.
I love Nippy. I love Nippy. That's her nickname, Nippy.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, I didn't
Nippy.
know that.
Nippy.
But the pop one was okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Even the female rapper one, I could kind of see how you, why you.
Yeah, I mean, if I listen to more male rappers, I would probably have one for them. But I mean, I really don't.
Who are the male rappers you listen to?
Honestly, male rappers that I know of that I might have listened to, stuff like that.
Shout out to Ade Banks.
Ade Banks, he going up there because I probably listen to him more than I listen to anybody else. No shade. Rappers, men that I like. I mean, not gonna lie, I've recently gotten into Kendrick more because of this past year. Yeah. I like him, especially this last album that he just came out with. I really love Squabble Up. That is my shit, y'all. Who did I say? Damien, Kendrick. You know what? No, I'm gonna just because I really do like that album, the Jay-Z and Kanye West album. I'm gonna put them up there. Okay. Because I blasted that album when it first came out. Like I was in high school still, I believe. And that soundtrack was like my senior year, I believe. Honestly, what year did that come out?
I would.
Okay. Somewhere around my senior year, like 2011, 2012 time frame. Me and my friends played that album back. Like that was our anthem senior year. Like I'm trying to tell you. But yeah.
This is why I love Jay-Z. I swear the light bulb just clicked in my head when I sung that. Mm-hmm. Ham is a song off Watch the Throne.
Okay.
HAM. The chorus go, we about to go ham. Hard as a motherfucker. Let me niggas know who I am. Hard as a motherfucker. HAM. Ham. This is why Jay-Z, I feel like.
Okay, well, that's HAAM.
Well, you can.
It's hum. That's hum. That is hum. It sounds like an old English man. That's the hum. That's what that was spelling.
Do we have any more Grey Poupon?
No, for real. Fairy Wiggles and Biscuits.
But Kanye, it'll be weird for me because I like to put more, maybe.
I just like the album on it. So I don't really think Kanye West is all that, but I do like that album.
Raps.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you don't write your raps, you can't be on a Mount Rushmore.
Well, I feel like if I had a ghostwriter, because I got the delivery and I'm a great performer. Mm-hmm. I truly, but I don't know how to rap. I don't know how to write lyrics. Mm-hmm. I feel like if I had a ghostwriter, honestly, people would probably be eating me up.
Yeah, and you could be a rapper.
Not eating me up in the bad way, but like they would be eating my shit up. Like, no, I actually really like this guy. Yeah, I know.
You could be a rapper, but to be considered a lyricist and somebody that moves the culture forward, you not writing your own bars.
It's not gonna. Okay, I get that.
But you can still be a poppin' rapper, and nothing is. You can still
maybe
get
I'll
your
just
money
be
like
Cardi
that.
B.
Yeah,
drop one album and take off.
Because, yeah, and I don't think nobody's checking for her album. She and I don't, and because we can get into a tangent with this, but it just seems like her and like Sweetie and a lot of these girls had a little bit of buzz, and they turned that buzz into them just being a social media socialite.
I get that,
and I can see the music took a back seat, and some of them ain't.
It's just you could tell some take their craft a little bit more serious than others, for sure.
Yes. And some is just using this as a
platform to get into
or get out the script club.
Yeah. Okay, because I don't care what nobody said. Baby Cardi was smart. She played her cards very, very well, in my opinion.
Yeah,
regardless of how people feel about her music, that girl, she played her. She was smart. The way she handled this whole entire career of hers has been very smart.
And I bet you probably never thought about it like this, but to your point, what just popped up in my head to confirm that, name another person that has gotten more famous after leaving Love and Hip Hop. Usually, you get people that's already been famous a decade, 10 years ago.
But she was not famous going into it.
And then she got even more famous when she left it.
And I feel like that.
I can hear that.
For sure.
She
did her big one with that one.
Yes, but she
shout
also
out to you, Cardi.
Went on the Breakfast Club and said that she used to drug and rob men.
Yeah.
I don't respect that.
I don't either.
Because if a man came out and said he used to do that to women, I mean, this man would be locked up right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to get into a whole big old lock her up. I'm not getting into that. But I just want people to see that it is a double standard, and we can never be equal.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It's not. I mean, the world's just not going to let it happen.
No.
So, just speaking realistically.
Like, nobody brings up the Tupac thing.
What Tupac thing?
That he was tried and convicted for raping a black woman.
Oh.
And that's just...
Never knew that.
Yes. That's just... Nobody bring that up. But when I bring that up is...
Because anytime I hear Tupac, it's, oh, he was such a peaceful person. He was an artist. He was such a soul-centered this and that. And he was for the people. And just, that's all I ever hear about him. It's how much of a positive man he was. I'm like, y'all talk about the same man from Poetic Justice.
And that can be.
That wanted to smell that girl's punani.
Yes. And that can be. He could have did all of that. But he did take a black woman's gift unwarranted. And that's not something I can overlook with having a mother or grandmother.
I'm not with sexual assault, though.
No.
Speaking as a victim of it, I'm not with it.
And I try to separate the artist from the art as much as I can. But certain things...
It's just once you hear it and it's proven to be true, it's hard to even look at that person the way that you might have wanted to, I guess.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
But yeah, that was my thing.
All right. Well, nice talking about you. Nah. Y'all. We talked about Marvin Sapp. And Close the Doors.
Close the doors. Close the doors.
Marvin Sapp just announced his upcoming project called
Close the Doors. Close the doors.
Inspired by the recent incident where he instructed church ushers to close the doors during service to focus on raising funds. Y'all, this man is releasing a song called Close the Doors.
Why not?
And it's telling people that this song is going to touch them in a way that all of these things, whatever. I'm sorry. That's so weird to me. Maybe I'm just being too judgy, but that is just super weird to me.
Why not? It's 2025.
It's you know what?
You're trying to make some money off of it.
You're right. It's 2025. Marvin Sapp out here telling people to close the doors so he can get money. You got Kurt Franklin over here wearing the tightest of the tightest clothes while he crip walking and humping
Donnie
on stage.
and
you got Donnie McClurkin telling everybody how he used to be gay and how Katy Perry out here conveying all the girls to kiss the girl because she liked it. And Yolanda Adams just sitting here looking at y'all with a leg crossed with a prayer towel on. Say something to them, Yolanda.
You lucky I can't think of that black woman's name that's a gospel singer, but she have said some...
The messy one.
Yes, very disparaging remarks recently about gay people and about...
what is her name? You talking about the one that sing, right?
Yes.
She's so messy. I don't like her. She's so messy.
And she sings so much God and Holyfield, but the things that come out her mouth is hatred.
They are not. This woman spews hate.
Hatred. And Jesus was all about love. That's what I was always taught.
It's literally insane to me, the stuff in the comments that she makes. I never said LGBTQ.
Yeah.
You didn't?
Yeah.
We watched you.
Yeah. But these people are, like, if you go back and look through, I think it was episode maybe 12 or something, when I was by myself, it was Unfiltered Thoughts. I talked about Creflo Dollar. Do you know his congregation bought him a jet a few years ago?
Bought him a what?
A jet. So this is how it was. He was on the pulpit, right?
What does he need a jet for?
He said out his mouth, well, you know, the church done had this old jet, and then they had work on it, and you don't want your pastor flying in a broke plane, do you? I need to spread the word of God. So, swear to God, Q. So, and this is how I knew it was a money grab. So,
Isn't
me
it
and the
always?
trustees done got together and we done crunched the numbers and with the number of members we have and how the $60 million jet, we only, and this person's only said, we need only $364 per member, and we can get the jet to spread the word of God peacefully.
It's making me mad. It's just making me so mad.
And do you know
they did it?
They gave him that money for that jet.
They did it.
And this is the thing, is like, okay, God didn't even eat sometimes because he gave his food out. God stopped certain
stuff like that
things.
Pisses me off.
Like,
I could never go to one of them big mega churches and stuff like that.
If you can pay for it on your own, if you were somebody like a let's just say a Marvin Sapp, where you possibly could have made millions of dollars from your music, and you spent your own money to buy it, and maybe let's just call a thing a thing. These motherfuckers are human too, and they know how to. They are smart and know how to cut taxes. So even if I pay for it, I just put it in the church name so they can't tax it because it's the church. But for me to use the church money just based on I want to be comfortable flying in a new G5, G6 jet, when people in your congregation probably can't even put food on the table. Probably a lot of them is probably struggling to pay at least one bill in their house, at least one.
And you out here asking your congregation for $300 and something to go towards your new jet fund. I love it. You guys are such manipulators. Some of you pastors, y'all make my ass itch. Y'all make my ass itch, and I don't care about standing. I will stand on that shit 10 toes. Yeah. Some of you, I was about to say the wrong thing. Some of you pastors, seriously, I don't think y'all gonna end up where y'all think y'all gonna end up at. No shade.
No
shade.
Believe it either.
You finna be swallowed up in the pits. Swallowed up.
You seen what Joel Osteen did during COVID?
What he did?
They was like, well, there's a lot of people dying, and I think around that time that his area got hit with either a flood or a hurricane or a storm or something, and there was a lot of people that needed temporary housing. They was like, well, you have this big mega church, and he ain't come out and said like this, but the way
he said, my church ain't no house. Yeah. I could already tell just by how you lined it up. He said, this church is not your house. Sorry.
We can't come here. Y'all can't come here. And then when he got so much backlash, that's when he opened it.
Oh, I remember this. I remember. Yes.
This is supposed to be God's house, the people's house. Now, I'm not saying just let homeless people run in and run out and do anything they want in the house. I'm not saying that. But when something is tragic like that, that saying WWJD, it ain't just a saying. It's something that you should really, if you want to be in that position within Christianity, it's something that you should really live your life on. What would Jesus do in this situation?
Child, they don't know because they haven't got no relationship with Jesus. Again, the relation. Let me say this. Hold your hand, okay? Some of your pastors aren't talking to God. Some of your pastors think they're talking to God, when in reality, they are talking to the brother. Okay? They're talking to the devil, disguising his voice as God. You didn't think that he could do that, did you? Yeah, he can. Because again, there is nothing that can convince me that a lot of these mega church pastors, and not even just mega church pastors, local pastors in the cities we live in, I mean, everywhere. And it's not all of them. Because my pastor, Reverend Joe S. Evans, a real man, okay? Real genuine concern, real love, all that. I've seen what a real pastor looks like, but I've also seen what you you imposters look like too.
And I'm not saying, and I just want to be clear, I'm not saying pastors shouldn't have money. I'm not saying they shouldn't have nice cars to drive.
But y'all are extorting these people. What?
You remember the Preachers of LA? Maybe about 10 years ago?
I don't think I watched that.
I think it was, yeah.
That was a show?
Yes, because I believe I was still in high school at the time.
Yeah, I don't think I watched that.
So it had to be like 10 years ago. And yeah, it was called the Preachers of LA. You had Dietrich Hatton up there, like maybe 3 or 4 other bishops and ministers that had mega churches. Mm-hmm. All of them basically had Rolls Royces. Mm-hmm. All of them basically had either a house or multiple houses that I know that wasn't in their name, that I know they wasn't paying for, because of the simple reason you put it in the church name for tax purposes. So technically it's not mine. I'm not paying taxes on it because it's the church property. But yes, that only ran for a season because it got so much backlash on these people at just like people that ain't pastors. And we understand you human and you slip up, but
them signing up to do reality TV is crazy.
I don't even know why they would do that.
That's what's crazy to me.
Like, it's a pastor here in the city of Suffolk, and I'm trying to not say his name, and hopefully you will not say his name. But it's a well-known. It's probably the biggest church. I feel.
Well, I don't go to church out in Suffolk, so I probably don't know who you're talking about.
Okay, perfect. It's probably the biggest church, maybe in Suffolk. Maybe the closest thing you would get to a mini mega church in the city of Suffolk.
That one down there is pretty big too, isn't it?
Talking about when you go past that little bend?
When you go past where?
The little bend, like you about to hop on 58?
No, I'm talking about the one like over close to like where I live at.
I know what you're talking
about. Over there by like Wilson Pines.
Yes, but that church across from Wilson Pines, you know, that's not a church. That's for sale.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
I remember when they was building that.
Yeah. They built it. They had it for a few years. I guess the membership kept dwindling, and I guess they couldn't keep up with the bills, and they lost it. I do remember somebody else getting into that space for a while, and then for some reason, it just came back up for sale. But I'm talking about a little further down.
Okay.
And I feel like you know what I'm talking about. A little further down on the right. Not headed towards here, headed towards the highway. Past your house, past the church we was just saying, past Wilson Pines, it's another church to your right.
I don't know.
Okay. So I'm gonna say it because it was not.
Oh.
See, I think you even clicked in your head now.
Okay, I know exactly what church you're talking about. Never been in there though, so I don't know who.
And that's like my second church home. And I have never gotten a ill feeling or a genuine feeling from the leadership there. And I've talked to the first lady a few times. I've talked to the pastor a few times, the assistant pastor. My uncle had his wedding there not too long ago. But the pastor likes to dress nice. He drives a nice car. I never seen his house, but from his dressing and from his clothes, from his dressing and from his car, he probably has a nice house.
Probably has a nice place.
And he should. I'm not saying that the word of God and people that's preaching the word of God shouldn't have nice things. But I feel like from what I've seen at that church, they do a balance.
Yeah.
They have a young mentorship program for young black boys. They have a food pantry program. They do a lot of things that affect a lot of black people in this community.
And that's good. That's what we need.
And we
don't need people mooching off us.
Yeah. Look, if you get it, you give it. Hey, that's between you and God.
Lock the doors.
If you got 50 cents to give and somebody else got 5,000, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
I remember, I think either his mother, because his mother is heavily into the church as well. It's either his mother or his sister, because his sister is his assistant pastor. One of them was like, You rub that 50 cent together and be grateful for it, and God is going to manifest more.
Okay.
Be happy for what you have, whether it's a fraction of what. So, and that's why I said that's the closest where I have an experience, like a close experience of like a mini mega church.
Yeah.
And it's not like you see Creflo or you see all these other people that's just money.
Right.
Because I don't get that vibe. But when you walk into that church, you like, this is beautiful.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.